Time and money are everything in a small business. Are you spending them wisely when trying to fix problems? The first instinct when things go wrong is to rush to a solution. But taking action without a plan can cost you more than the original problem. We call this the training trap. You try to fix a small problem with a huge investment, like a training day or an expensive coach. Training feels productive, but it's a huge investment in cash and in hours your staff isn't working. To save money, you need a simple way to decide when to fix things and when to leave them alone. The very first step is to figure out if what you are seeing is actually a real problem or just a one-time fluke. Not every bump in the road is a crisis. For instance, if your service team seems slower, is it laziness or is it just a sudden rush of customers? To avoid acting on a gut feeling, always ask, is there actual proof? Look at your sales figures or mistake reports before making a decision. Next, ask, are you actually losing money or getting customer complaints? If the problem isn't hurting your bank account or upsetting customers, you can probably ignore it. And finally, ask, is fixing this more important than the work that actually makes you money? Every hour spent in a mandatory meeting is an hour away from serving customers. Once you confirm a problem is real, you move to the second step, determining if the fix is worth the price. The golden rule is simple. The cost of the fix must always be lower than the cost of the problem itself. This prevents wasted resources. Bucket 1 is the ignore it bucket. These are tiny, rare mistakes, like forgetting a cap on a pen. The cost of ignoring it is basically zero. Bucket 2 is too expensive to fix. The problem is real, but the solution costs too much. If your team's emails are messy, a $3,000 writing expert is likely not worth it if you are still making sales. Bucket 3 is the easy wins. These are small problems with simple, cheap fixes, like a 2-minute checklist or a quick note on the wall. Always do these. Bucket 4 is the must-fix bucket. These are big problems, like high safety risks or a major drop in sales. This is the only place where expensive training is truly justified. To be a smart boss, you need to shift your mindset and start thinking like a strategist. Instead of asking, how do I fix this? Start asking, what happens if I just don't fix this? If the answer is nothing really changes, move that problem to the bottom of your list. If the problem costs you $500 a week and a $1,000 training session stops that loss, the training pays for itself in just 2 weeks. That's a smart investment, not an expense. Being a good boss isn't about having a perfect team. It's about getting the most out of your team while protecting your time and money. Focus on the big things that actually move the needle for your business and have the discipline to let the small things go. Before you start your next expensive training, check your numbers, ask the core 3 questions, and see which bucket the problem truly fits into.